2, 1. What's going on? It's your boy Cade.
And Olivia.
We got Livy in the background here. I'll give her a quick mic. You gotta talk into it.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Gotta talk into it.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. So we're gonna be live streaming, recording this podcast for GoPro with Cade. We're doing the vertical video, a day in the life of. So I just wanted to say a quick shout out to some people real quick. Shout out to you, Mom. Shout out to you, Dad. Shout out to you, Livy. Shout out to Nana, Zach, Lexus, Gary, Dax, Tara, all the kiddos, family, all the coaches, all the people out there making it happen. Let's get it. So without further ado, I am going to be watching a little video that we put together. Essentially what it is taking the GoPro and documenting it. Livy and I were on a little bit of a studio, apartment, lifestyle, livelihood, where do we want to settle down, hunt, and took us to how many different states? And multiple, many more than 2. I went to 36 states in the first 12 months searching, so I think we passed 2. But that being said, if you looked at the documented content, you'd see definitely more than 2. And we will be taking this content from GoPro with Cade, and I will be taking it and putting it into our vertical podcast. This one will be titled Road Trip to LO. Probably be more of a hook for the actual title, but you guys will see a thumbnail eventually there. So without further ado, Liv, don't distract me. She is actually just sitting there over the shoulder as I'm recording the podcast. You have more of a purpose than that. Don't worry. I love you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. What's going on? It's your boy Cade. Like I said, Silicon Valley to Portland, Oregon, back at it again. So we got Olivia, we got Cade here at it again, and we are going from California looking for the studio, on the hunt. And I got the GoPro with me, one of the best weapons in the war on attention. Best believe as well, we got this GoPro Max with us in the car, and we have been on a hunt, looking for the right place for us to really plant our flag, set a foundation, and to say it brought us to 30 plus states in the first year is an understatement. The transformations that we had to go through, the conversations that we had to go through to settle in on the places we wanted to be has been, it's been an adventure, to say the least, a journey. So this is a little bit of a documented trip of one of 2 that we have coming in the next couple of weeks. So you guys can watch and follow behind the scenes as, we are really building this business together for y'all and showing y'all exactly how we're doing it in the process. Had the privilege of being at Coaching Con 2022, running around, shredding, editing, doing some really cool footage. And I remember having the GoPro set up on stage as Jason Phillips and Layla Hermosi. And we're speaking about their success. And they've had massive success when you think about the Hermosis, right? Alex Hermosi and Layla Hermosi, massive respect for what you guys are doing and using your platforms, using content to help others. And that's what Jason asked. Like, if there was one thing you could change, if there was one thing that you could do differently, what would it be? And you know what she said? You know what Layla Hermosi said? This person as a co-founder of acquisition.com, gym launch as well with Alex Hermosi, massive success. You know what the one thing she would have done differently was? She would have documented. She would have documented her process better. Why? Follow along at GoPro with Cade, and we'll share exactly why. It's an exciting time when we can learn how to use these weapons in the war on attention. And don't forget, if you want to be a general, if you want to stick out and stand out, if you want to understand the art and science of doing just that, you're going to have to surround yourself with people that are doing it, that are living it, that can understand and guide you, right? Like when we are thinking about what we need to do to make it that way, there's someone that has paved the way. And, I'm not saying I have it figured out, but I am saying I'm pursuing it. I'm pursuing the perfect piece of content. Here at GoPro with Cade, I had this life-changing moment when I was first introduced to a network marketing business in college. And my good friend Cameron Kirkar, right? He sat there and he stood there and he saw my hunger. He saw my interest. He saw me wanting to change my life. And, he kind of followed the footsteps of the people that came before him. And you know what he did? He gave me a book. And that book was Think and Grow Rich. And within hours, I was learning from a man named Jim Rohn. And you know what was exciting about that? Jim Rohn, he had actually created this video, released this video, and this video was a 4-hour seminar. And I'm telling you, that to me is the perfect piece of content. It's called Live Your Best Life Ever on YouTube. Shout out to whoever owns the copyrights to that video. Shout out to whoever is helping make sure that that video is continuing to be seen. But that video changed my life, and I'm on a mission to give back and pursue something like that. That perfect piece of content. And we've had different challenges in the past, just like Gary Vaynerchuk talks about. If you're not posting 100 times per day, then you are missing out on the greatest opportunity of your life. And that wasn't what he said in 2022. That's what he said in 2018. It is only going to be harder to stand out and stick out with your posts. It is only going to be simpler to leverage tools, leverage content to stand out and stick out. So what are you going to do? What is the side you're going to stand out on? Are you going to let the weight of the world stand out against you? Or are you going to take that big monolithic goal, that huge vision that you have, and chunk it out into small bite-sized pieces and say you're committed, stay committed, and literally day in and day out document your journey to do it, because shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. But set a goal, right? Jim Rohn says to set a goal to be a millionaire, not because of the $1 million, not what you can do with the money that you receive, but because of what it makes of you to become a millionaire, right? What is it going to make of you to create that perfect piece of content, Cade? It's going to be a mission. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be raw. And it's going to have to stand out and be more authentic than people have ever been before. Because what I do know is we're sick of the fake gurus. What I do know is I'm sick and tired of the seminars and the gurus and the people saying to do X, Y, and Z, and they've never actually done it themselves. So you know what? I'm learning what works for me. I'm documenting the journey to find what works for me. And that's what's so exciting. This opportunity, Charlie Munger talks about this idea of self-experimentation, right? This is the ultimate pursuit. And if we can understand what are the things that we can do to give ourselves the best results, we can start to lean on those in times of need. When we need to get our health back on track, we can start to lean on the things that we did in the past to get us where we wanted to be. Just like I did June 1st, 2019. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, sitting at a Starbucks with Andrew Weiss. Shout out to you, Andrew. He was our Toastmasters president at school, and he was someone that I wanted to continue to foster my relationships with. I'm really focused on my community, and I saw him continue to garnish and build relationships, go out and build his public speaking business. And you know what? I was like, hey, Andrew, let's create an event. Let's do this thing. And we were meeting, right, to plan this event. But I had different things going on as well. My work, my community, my focus with God, but what I was letting fall to the wayside was my health. Kind of, to be honest, what I've been doing as well recently. And it's something that I'm refocusing on. It's another season that I have to get back into. But just like in June 1st, 2019, I was out of season. I was on it with my my wealth, community, spirit, perseverance, creation. But at the end of the day, my value of not doing the things, not running, not walking, not eating the way I needed to. So you know what I did? I did something simple with Andrew. We committed. We committed on that day. We committed publicly, and we posted that commitment to the people that we knew and that we loved. And it attracted stronger, more willful people that are willing to do a similar commitment. And where we see ourselves 3 years later is an absolute transformation. So if you're looking for a transformation, I want to help y'all commit. I want to see y'all commit. I want to let you see you use these tools. Use your opportunity to take an iPhone, write out a note, your commitment to yourself, document it, post it, make it real, not just to yourself, but to others. Make it something that can inspire someone, become hope to someone else, because that's where I was, right? June 1st, 2019, I was feeling a little hopeless with myself. I'm like, man, I just can't get it all pieced together. When I got my wealth rocking and rolling, my health falls to the wayside. When I got my community rocking and rolling, my wealth is falling to the wayside. Why can't I keep it together? Man, and there was this focus, but there was this understanding that if I knew where I wanted to be and identified where I was today, I could chunk down and do the things that I needed to do to make it that way. But the critical component of that is just like every key to success. The key to doing it is not doing it alone. So what we're trying to build is opportunities for people to not do this alone. So I want to give you some advice. If you need to commit, make it public. If you need to commit, write it down. Take a picture of it. Document your word. Listen to yourself. Speak it into existence. Document that. Feel confident that you can share it with others, that you're not alone in your journey and your mission, that you're not the only dreamer out there. You might have a unique one. You might have a significant one that the world needs, the one that the world has called you into place to serve and bring. But don't keep it to yourself. Share it. If your cup is full, we need to help each other share that knowledge. So I want to help y'all share. That's what we're doing at GoPro with Cade. I'm documenting the journey, and I'm trying to give you guys a more raw perspective, how we're using these, again, GoPros and these little toys, how these things are not just toys, how these are literally weapons in the war of attention, but also how they can create and share your message in that journey for that perfect piece of content. Shout out to people before us like Jim Rohn. Shout out to the people that have paved the way for us to have these tools, have these opportunities to share. And I'm just looking forward to approaching life from a different perspective from what we're seeing when we're turning on the news, when we're reading a newspaper, right? We need to see ourselves lift each other up. We need to see it, consistently. And that's only going to happen if you document it and if you share that. Right? So I want to share you guys some frameworks that we're going to be going over. One, I want to encourage you guys to learn how to document. I want to encourage you to learn how to edit. And I want to encourage you to learn how to post or publish, even broadcast. That's the ultimate goal here. How can we meet our people on multiple platforms where they are and resonating and creating content that resonates with them and resonates with us whilst we're making it? And I think that's the process. I think that's what the ultimate goal with this perfect piece of content is going to be, right? As Jim Rohn said, set a goal to be a millionaire, not because of the $1 million, but because of what it'll make of you. What will it make of me? What will it make of me to be making that perfect piece of content? Who must I become? What life must I become? What life must I live? And I think so much of us, we think about different identities, these characters you portray, these characters you represent on different platforms or online. And when we can start to understand and hone in, and be you, be me. I've always said I don't want to be the next Donald Trump or Oprah or, any of these characters. I want to be Cade. And I want to make a name for myself is something that's unique in my vision, maybe not, right? And I think that's where everyone wants to make a name for themselves. But I want my name to make a name for itself. I want people to use it as a source of hope, a beacon of light, that it is a source of inspiration. Because as I was saying, June 1st, 2019, sick and tired of being sick and tired. I can feel a little hopeless on the inside. I can feel a little hopeless, just like the person, maybe a Roger Bannister before him, someone that was trying to run the 4-minute mile, feeling a little hopeless that it couldn't be done, feeling like it was impossible. But you know what? Roger Bannister ran that 4-minute mile. As Russell Brunson tells this story, right? Roger Bannister broke that 4-minute mile, and what happened? What happened is it sparked a wave of people that broke a 4-minute mile because they believed it was possible. They believed they could do it. They saw it happen and be done. And that's where I was in a unique position, right? Sick and tired of being sick and tired, overweight, not loving what I saw in the mirror. But I had identified where I was. I knew where I wanted to be. And I actually had done the work, done the planning to figure out what did I need to do to make it that way. For some people, that would be consulting a physician, hiring a trainer, getting a coach, reading a book, taking a course, using YouTube University. Shout out to y'all at GoPro with Cade. But using the things that we have available. Don't curse the things that we have available, as Jim Rohn would say. Say thank you for the things that we have available. We have the economy. Thank you for the economy. We have the government. Thank you for the government. Let's make the best with what we were given. But when we're in this spot of feeling hopeless, when we're in this place of feeling like it's not possible, I can't do it, I've tried so hard, maybe someone that had done it before creates a post, creates a piece of content, shares a story, shares an email. Have we ever been there? Have we ever seen that before? Someone that had achieved something monumentous, some monolithic goal, and they had shared it in a post, they had shared it in some content, and it inspired us. It showed us it was possible. We believed it was possible because we saw that they had done it. Man, in a moment, someone, you, me, any of us, we can go from feeling hopeless to hopeful because someone shared a framework, because someone shared their knowledge, because someone was willing to pour out their cup onto others. So when we're thinking about this concept of feeling hopeless and someone leaving the steps, the guide, the exact things that you need to do, the process that you could take to change where you are today and get to where you wanted to be. When you're thinking and feeling that way, man, and you're transforming from hopeless to hopeful in an instant, in that moment, not only do you just go from hopeless to hopeful, in a moment, you become hope. You become hope to those that are feeling hopeless. You become hope to the individual that thinks there's no opportunity for them to get where they want to be. No opportunity to feel better. No opportunity for them to love themselves. No opportunity for them to speak their best. Speak the way that they could speak because they know they need to be on stages. They know their voice needs to be in front of crowds. They know their message was intended for strong people that are here to change the world. Tupac says it, right? We might not be here to change the world, but we might inspire the mind that does. And if you're feeling like you are called to help serve those people, we have a moral obligation to get your content out there. We have a moral obligation to get you sharing consistently. We have a moral obligation for you to cut the fluff, cut the BS, commit to the people you're committed to, and start doing the hard work like Joe Rogan, like Alex Jones, like Patrick Bet-David, like all the heroes out there for people that are alone, literally, unless these people were posting content, unless these people were sharing and documenting their story, sharing their message and their mission, the courage to be there, the knowledge to be there. They have it and they're sharing it. Talk about pouring out that cup. So, you guys, I'm super excited to be here. This is GoPro with Cade. In the background right now, I'm listening to a little bit of a nice mix that we've put together for the podcast. If you guys are listening to this on the podcast, there's no music. But if you want to see the video to this, and if you want to see the music and listen to this with some music, kind of why I'm vibing a little bit, it's actually at GoPro with Cade on YouTube too. So, go check it out. That's GoPro with Cade, Kaid. Super excited to see y'all there. And if you guys didn't know, CadeCollins.com. That's a great place if you want to connect more. I would love to schedule a call, love to connect, give you a shout out in one of our videos, give you a shout out in one of our calls. It's super fun. So I am here because I believe you guys are here to, you're called. And whether you feel like you're just a witness or you feel like you're here to serve, you feel like you're on the top of the mountain or you feel like you're on the bottom, I think we all have a place to connect. I think we're all called to collaborate here. So let's create an environment. Let's do that. Let's create an environment. Let's create a conducive environment for us to grow together. Some people have already done that for us. I think that's what an environment like YouTube and Facebook and Meta and TikTok are already available for us to do. So let's leverage these platforms together. Go ahead, give me a follow at all those platforms. Cade Collins, Kaid Collins. I would love to see you all on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Let's get it all. We will be there back for you. So I'm looking forward to growing I'm looking forward to this exciting new studio that I'm recording in. And if you guys didn't know, we are actually setting up from zero to hero behind the scenes for one of our modules for our course, right? We want to show people how to light professionally, how to set up a good studio, how you can be using some simple equipment, simple stands, some simple lighting techniques to really make it pop, really make it look amazing. And I think what we're using as well is some algorithmic editing tools, because I think reducing the amount of speed, reducing the amount of time it takes us from documentation to distribution of our content is going to be a critical role and component for those that are trying to, again, position themselves with influencers and experts consistently. When you are doing this, when I'm saying doing this, I mean creating content on a consistent basis. You'll start to realize, have you ever gone on a trip, maybe a conference, and you documented with your iPhone, or you took some good GoPro footage, but it was never seen by the world? It was never shared? Maybe how many videos have you recorded that never actually got seen or got shared? And I want to help reduce that. I want to help reduce the friction. We have some variety of services at Synergy Collaborations, my company, but what we're doing at Hope.dev is helping people stay accountable, helping people do things together, and building as a team. I believe the key to doing anything is not doing it alone, especially if we're talking about successfully. I was an entrepreneur trapped in my own head that wasn't wasn't willful to share some of the ideas. I felt like people would steal it. And now I am so the opposite. I just want to give and give because I feel like my cup is full. So many people have been giving to me. So this is an opportunity to give back. So if you guys are watching, we are visiting y'all with GoPro with Cade. I got Olivia on the screen. We got Cade, me, and we are touring a potential apartment at the time. And it's super, super fun to just see and look back. And I really want to encourage y'all to document. One of my taglines is document and post a win today, right? All it takes is doing it. And I truly believe in the power of documenting strategically. We are on a mission of learning how to create that perfect piece of content, right? But I think a big piece of this is documenting strategically, because we don't know what opportunities are going to present themselves in the future. But best be prepared when they do present themselves. I really feel bad for the people that, need to pull it up some post, or need to pull up some photo, need to pull up some video, and they know they didn't record it. They don't have a photo of it. It's kind of like going to the top of Mount Everest and not taking a picture or a selfie at the top. Like, did you really, bro? Did you really? And I think, it's going to be even more difficult to garnish and earn the trust, the attention of our communities, of our audiences. So being more honest, being more transparent. I doubt my clients would like to see some of the things that I willfully stream on, GoPro with Cade. But at the end of the day, if you dive deep, I think it's part of the mission of just documenting and sharing your true, authentic self. I have to live my true self, and I think this goal of being a product of the product, shout out to Zach Schoenbart with that one. So we are continually producing couple pieces of content a day, but what I want to show y'all is how we can turn one live stream into 10 pieces of content in under 48 hours. So we're going to be taking this live stream, taking this video, documenting it, getting it published to some podcasts, getting it distributed on multiple platforms, and I think we actually might blow that number out of the park. Using some tools like CapCut, using tools like Canva, using Facebook's Creator Studio native in their app. It's just really important to put yourself in a position to set yourself up for success. If you are an entrepreneur focused on principles and values, right, surrounding yourself with your family members, setting aside time to be able to do that. And I think that's one of the best gifts of entrepreneurship is that you are in control of your time. Yes, you may put in more time than you would as a job, but at least you get more opportunity to be selective with that time over the long run. I've seen people, again, like the Roger Bannisters, the Russell Brunsons, the Gary Vaynerchuks, the people that are able to, live these amazing life, whether it's family bound or business bound, whenever they're committed to, it unlocks the freedom for you to be who you truly are. So I think Livy has a goal to be the most giving philanthropist in the world. I have the goal to be the world's most wealthiest man. And I think we have some good synergies in those two lofty, visions. So I want to help y'all think about what you're doing today that you can set yourself apart and start to grow and start to build your business on a different level, build your brand. So what content are you going to create today? Let's think of a really simple way for us to do this. I would argue if you wanted to create content today, it would best be suited to find what is already working if you're looking to use that content to convert. Now, if that is 100% content looking for transactions, then sure, that's what your goal is. But if you are looking for a strategy for the long term, using content as a credibility source, as a proof source, using content to document your journey, it's a little bit of a different strategy. It's a step-by-step model that we lay out in our social attention masterclass. And we talk about that in our Post-it challenge. So if you guys need to learn how to post consistently, go to postitchallenge.com. It's a free 5-day workshop. We work with y'all on how to, not just post consistently, but how to not post alone, how to, start to scale a content team, but how to get there and without spending any money first, right? Like how to trade your time, put in some effort so you can not have to spend the $5,000 to $10,000 it takes to start to grow your content team. You can use some simple apps on your phone to shred it quality content quickly and easily, real fast. So without further ado, I'm looking at Livy on the screen and I'm smiling, getting a little distracted. It's a super beautiful drive from Oregon to California and from California to Oregon, and we caught the drive south at perfect time. So again, if you guys aren't watching this, go to GoPro with Cade. Super excited to see the feedback in the comments below. Why are y'all posting? Why are you guys wanting to speak on stages? Why do you want to partner with influencers and experts? Credibility and authority. I think this is a science. And when we can start to understand human psychology, but also how the current business model is working for speakers, you can maximize the amount of presence you have and your return for the time that you give. And I think our trade of time and money is where we need to figure out what is our time worth, what are we willing to give, and what is our overall mission for the long term. Hey, I am totally fine for the idea of grinding 3, 4, 5 years in developing yourself to be ready and prepared for who you believe you're ready to be, right? But at the end of the day, bills need to be paid. We're on that similar journey. I pay for a mastermind that's about $30,000 a year, a coaching program. That's not cheap. We have overhead business clients. Like there's just things that have to go. So, I'm not in a place where things are rocking and rolling. We don't have that 2 Comma Club yet, but we're documenting this journey to get there. So as we're documenting, I want to share some things that have already worked for us because of course, you might expect a certain tangible result. Like this is going to double my income. This will quadruple my income. But what if I told you this could not only just do that, like it could also help you connect with your spouse better than ever, or it could also connect with your family better than ever, or it can also enhance your memory like a cyborg. Like you could also be more connected and more in tune with the person that you were called to be. Like it is like trying to give someone one thing, knowing that there's multiple transformations for them on the other side. It's just up for them to choose that route and and continue on that journey. So that being said, I want to help encourage y'all to identify where are you today, where do you want to be, and what do you need to do to make it that way. Special shout out to the Wolf of Wall Street or Jordan Belfort giving us that framework to become a compelling visionary. And I think we have a reason you're listening to me right now. You have some reason. So there's ways to get a hold of me. People try to message me. It's probably not the best way to get a hold of me. A phone call kind of helps. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me quickly. But just be persistent, be out there, be ready to work, and be serious when you are talking to me. Because if I'm going to give you my time, no, it's either going to cost you a lot of money, or I believe in what you're doing, and you've proven that in some way, shape, or form. So I want to maximize the amount of time we spend together. So whenever we are spending time together, let's just agree on that, okay? If you guys are listening here in the early founding member videos or podcasts of GoPro with Cade or Hope.dev, let's just agree on that. When we spend time together, we're gonna give it our all. We're gonna put in our time. We're gonna put in our effort. We're gonna be prepared. And I'll look forward to that. I'll look forward to seeing y'all, because you're gonna hear a lot of my 2 cents. I like to give you my 2 cents, but also I think what we can do together, what we can do when we're focused on building something, that lives beyond us, that we're proud of, that, holds true with our maxims beyond values and just principles. Again, worthwhile goal, not just because of what we'll have when we get it, but because of what we'll become to attain it. I'm going to sign off and just watch this beautiful girl sip some In and Out. Go check it out at GoPro with Cade in the video version of this episode. There's a lot of smiles, I'll tell you that. But let's be real. It can be hard. It can be a challenge. But document and show those happy times. The version without the video is going to be really awkward. So I'm going to keep talking to you guys. Even though I really just want to watch this video romantically, I'm just going to keep talking, because the audio guys, you guys are on the podcast like, is this over? Hey, wait like 1 minute. I'll go check the video out. It's a cool video. But we're walking through In and Out. Livy and I making it happen. Okay, World Travel, we call it. HOPE.DEV. What's that spell? Hope.dev. Let's go. I want to encourage y'all to set a vision again. Don't give up on it. As much as you guys want to tear each other's eyeballs out, don't give up on it. Enjoy the journey. A magic staff of content. Call me Gandalf. I want a magic staff of content. That's how we doing it. That's how we're creating the perfect piece of content. Our magic staff of content. Let's get it. Dun dun dun. All right, y'all. This has been super fun. We're gonna take this recording and chop it up. We're gonna put it into some more pieces of content. Show you how to spin this one live stream into at least 10 pieces of content. Let's make it happen together. Go subscribe to the YouTube thing. Share this with your friends. Get all your content buddies to learn how to collaborate here with GoPro with Cade. I am looking forward to helping y'all position yourself with influencers and experts, and we'll see you on the other side. Peace.